So welcome to News Insights and good morning to you. Hello guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Philip, you are looking dope this morning.
Thank you. It's good to have a vacation.
Yes.
It's good to have who back, you or him back?
Kingsley.
I say it's good to have a vacation.
Kingsley, good morning.
Okay, good morning. Don't want me to fight with Philip this morning.
He wants to fight.
Somebody said Nigeria's body, we are laughing.
But I hope you are known to the law.
Of course.
Because Obiora is coming to tell us that Nenadi, Usman, is not known to the law with respect to LP Crisis or LP leadership. Let's leave crisis, LP leadership. He says Nenadi is not known to the law. And as a matter of fact, he went further, alleging that Nenadi is not a card-carrying member of LP. Could that be true?
Well, you see, when you talk about this LP leadership crisis, it makes me wonder if some persons who, put themselves forward that all they want for Nigeria is the Nigeria that work for every one of us. If those kind of people cannot make LP to work for every member of LP, it became worrisome. Why do I have to say so? Recently, Supreme Court gave a judgment that party, issues should be settled within party.
Sorry.
And various group, various fashion gave different interpretation. But it's simple. If the Supreme Court said, in the first place, the trial court and the court of appeal has no business in entertaining that matter because they lack jurisdiction. Yeah. The Supreme Court went further to say that, the party has their own working mechanism and that people should be bold enough to respect those mechanisms. That if your tenure is expired, you should be well enough to leave office. But in leaving office, there are processes that you need to follow.
Certainly.
So you cannot go to the market to say the Supreme Court has said you are now the leader of the party or the party belongs to you. It doesn't make sense.
The other day, I took almost this pathway you took, but people were misunderstanding when I was talking the other day because when they said the trial court didn't have a say in it, the Court of Appeal didn't have a say in it. Certainly, Supreme Court have not had a say in it in that line. Supreme Court has only told you that these people that had a say in it didn't have a say in it. So all that I felt was left was all stakeholders to go back to their constitution and look at it jointly, and then see a way to go. But that aside, what we are talking now is Nenadi not being known to the law. If truthfully Nenadi is not known to the law in this case, it means all the, how do I call it? All the noise we had about Obi taking side with Nenadi's faction, it's going to be in futility. Will Obi be ready to stand things like that?
Well, OP is not Labour Party, first of all. OP is not his personal possession. It's a political party. That's number one. Then we've also seen factions in Nigerian political parties. Now, this is a factional thing between OP-led faction, that's the real truth, and the Abure-led faction. Now, in these factions, we have Abure and all the state chairmen and all the constituted party electeds from state to the local government to ward on one side. Am I correct?
Sure.
Then on the part of the other faction that's the Nenadi
and the elected officials.
Now we have all the elected members of the party in one particular block. Now, or people that mostly contested election, even though they didn't win in one block. Now, of course, you should know that there's a kind of muslin that is coming from this block to this block. Number one, he said that Nenadi is not a card-carrying member. We will not know that.
We don't know. Yes.
Nobody knows whether Nenadi is a card-carrying member. I think just the thinking. If Nenadi could have come to this kind of height in Labour, she should have been a category member.
Yes.
And that's one of the things they should have considered. Number two, they are talking about the processes set by INEC. Now, to look at how you come into the leadership of a particular party. Now, let's not look away, but also now look at INEC and at the judiciary. It's not the first time the judiciary has come into deciding how political parties, things are done in political parties. For example, even that of this Labour, we saw when our old man, what's his name? Apapa.
Namidi Apapa.
It was decided that he was not the head of Labour Party, that it was Abure. Who decided that matter? That matter was decided by the judiciary. Why did they dabble into party issues? Now, from the back now, they have come. I hope one day they will also decide other things that constitute
a party. Okay, let's get it. There was this big euphoria, but euphoria is what it is.
Yeah.
Euphoria.
Yes.
And Transcorp hitting, when OB led other, like you said, most of them who are looking forward to 2027 to contest election,
yes,
and some elected officials.
Yeah.
You know, this is not party administration.
Yes.
You know, Abure people are those who are with the party administrators.
Yes.
You know, all the party officials, whether elected, appointed, but they have been functioning as party officials,
yes,
and INEC has been working with them.
Yeah.
Now, this euphoria, could it be based on something that was founded on nothing? I mean, Philip, I'm challenged the way Obiora is presenting it. It's like, oh, Obi is just their presidential candidate for 2023, and he's not a lifetime candidate. They didn't give him a lifetime ticket.
You still have to contest the primaries.
If any other person is interested in contesting. Okay? And these other people, Oti happens to be their governor, whom most governors are even going to other parties to contest for their second term. They don't even know what's going to happen. They are saying that most of those people in that party, in that meeting, rather, let's call it what it is, in that stakeholders meeting, okay, that almost more than half of them are not people who are qualified to be in the NEC. Their decision that day, is this something that was founded on nothing?
You've just answered the question. You can't place something on nothing. You know, I tend to agree with Obiora in totality. The reason being that I said here that Obi, let me be specific, has always preached the gospel that all he is after is a Nigeria that works for every one of us. And there are ways to go about it. Obi was just a mere presidential candidate of Labour Party for 2023. He's not the owner of LP, and he's not a member of the National Working Committee of LP. So what power do they have to call that meeting at Transcorp? It's just a jamboree. It is not a stakeholder meeting as far as the law is concerned. I'm coming. Just this week that just passed, Oath was being praised by the APC state chairman. He praises OT and Tinubu. Some time ago, the deputy speaker of the House of Rep has said that he's taking OT to APC. What is Obi doing? Is Obi ready to make Nigeria to work for every one of us? Is he listening to? Does he know those who are around him? Is OT with him, or is Obi happy to destroy him?
Exactly. I was worried about that because
I'm not done yet. You see, I'm not done. You see, Obi, he's not doing anything right. He's just, I don't know whether he's being carried away because of the way the masses had followed him. That doesn't take you to power. If you want to make Nigeria to work for us, you have to be in power to make Nigeria to work for us. You can't be outside and make Nigeria to work for us.
Okay, now let me ask.
Can I speak?
You have to be strategic.
Can I speak on what you asked?
Yeah.
Now, I've always said it. There's what you call legality, and there's what you call the law.
Thank you for telling us.
That's one. Then there's what you call also morality.
Yes.
Morality doesn't represent the law. The law is what is written down.
Yes, that's right. The law is the law.
The law is the law. No matter how you feel cold or you feel like crying, that's morality. It doesn't subvert the law. The law will go on. Now, I think what the Obi, Nenadi, Oti-led faction should do, they should follow the law. I know they have their points. Does their points match with, because time will not allow us to look at their points, do you understand, or what they are grieved about, or what they think should be done. But they should follow what the law says, align with their brave faction if they really want to build the party and move on from there.
Yeah, but to put it up to them, the invitation they gave out that day for the stakeholders event at a Transcorp, they invited everybody.
They can't invite.
Okay,
They are not
I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. No, just to let you know what they did.
They are not party invitation in the first place.
But let me put it this way, personally, I must say I am disappointed that the day would come. I didn't know a day would come where I will hear something like Obi's faction in Labour, because everybody under Labour Party and outside Labour Party could crumble and bend on the voice of Obi. Peter Obi has this near God personality that he could have used if it was timely, it was done earlier to quash all these things. And today, for him to now, if he had taken the side of nobody, of not being with Abure or Nenadi or Oti or Co, when there is disagreement to the Supreme Court, I had also expected him to maintain that distance gap. But now aligning with so-called a fashion in quotes, no matter how, whether they are the one interpreting correctly or wrongly, for the fact that they still perceive it's a fashion, because you just said Obi's fashion now. Because Obi cannot be there if he's saying Nenadi. Because Obi is
but let me also tell you something. The reason you are feeling this way, you may also not be privy to a lot of things that happen during the election. Obi, from what I know, was frustrated by these Labour officials.
Well,
hold on. Hold on. Now, because of that frustration, he piped low. Because
so you mean Obi has animosity with officials?
Let me come in.
That's a new part of it.
Let me come in. You see, we are not talking about the past. We are talking about the Obi personality aligned with the fraction of people in this country. Obi is this person who preaches a egalitarian society where everybody feel good. And the only way you can do that is to be in power. Obi is not being strategic here. He's not doing what he's supposed to expect to do. He didn't think Labour can go it alone. He should think otherwise.
Okay, Obi still has the crowd behind him.
Definitely.
He has people
he
who
has the crowd, but if he doesn't have the strategies, he won't take him anywhere.
So we hope he gets his ass together, galvanize all the Labour if he needs them, or move to another party if that's what he needs to do. After somebody called on Ndume the other day that you could do whatever Rufai did.
Can I offer my free consultancy?
No. Let's, when we come back,
you don't want me to be paid?
Yeah, when we come back, you can do that. When we come back, you can do that. It's all right. This is Still This Insight. We'll be right back.